If you want to get level 1000 in fish, you're gonna need a good rod for getting XP. So today, I'm gonna be going over the 10 best rods in all of fish if you want to get XP incredibly fast. Anyways, I'm not gonna waste your time at all. We're gonna get right into this list. And if you agree with this list, go ahead and subscribe. If it helps you guys at all, go ahead and subscribe. The number 10 rod is a rod that a lot of beginners have. It is the Champion's Rod. By the way, to make this list even juicier, I'm gonna give you guys the best enchant as well as the best bait that you should use to get even faster XP. But yeah, Champion's Rod, really good. No, you shouldn't have Abyssal on it. Yes, you should have Clever on it because that's the best enchant for getting XP on basically every rod. Anyways, Champion's Rod, really good. It only costs 80,000. So if you're a beginner, congratulations to you. You get to use the Steady Rod in all of its glory. It is not called the Steady Rod. It is called the Champion's Rod. But yeah, this rod is really good. But I'm not going to waste your time getting into the next one, which is the Volcanic Rod. So this rod is a bit of an upgrade in price. It is 300,000. You get this one from the first place in the Mariana's Veil, the Volcanic Vents. This rod is really good. Okay. Yes, it's a little bit different because you kind of need hasty on it. So yeah, I get it. You can't get Clever on it. You need hasty on it because the lure speed is so insanely slow, and you also need to use seaweed. Champion's Rod, honestly, I also recommend seaweed. I think I forgot to say it, but Volcanic Rod, you're going to need hasty and seaweed to make it basically insta catch. It is a very good rod, even for its price. Dude, it's a good rod, especially for beginners. Like those first two rods are probably going to be the cheapest rods in the entire video. So yeah, if you guys are kind of trash at the game, you might want to get one of those too. Speaking about two, I am going to tell you guys about this is not number 2, but number 8, the Rod of the Exalted One. This rod is absolutely insane and honestly one of my personal favorites. As you guys can see, it has a 55% lure speed, so you are going to need to get hasty. But along with hasty, I recommend to get something that gives you a little bit more resilience. So seaweed works if you have seaweed. So yeah, but if you have coral also works really well. This rod is very hard to get. You need to get a bunch of different types of relics. So I am going to leave my full guide link to this video if you guys want to know how to get it, but it's really good. I mean, just take a look at the stats. Insane luck, pretty good control and resilience, really good max kilograms, and a 55% lure speed. So you're going to need hasty on it. But for the number 8 rod, that one is really good. Now for the number 7 rod, a rod that you can get in Atlantis that costs about 1 million credits. I'm going to tell you guys about the Abyssal Spectre Rod. This rod is really good. It's kind of like a better version of the Volcanic Rod, and it has max infinite kilograms, really good control, insane resilience. Like I think that's the best resilience in the game. 70% is insane. So for all my people who like to AFK fish, you know who I'm talking to. All right, I can't say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. This rod is insane because you will basically catch any fish no matter how rare it is. It's like crazy. Anyways, for this one, to be honest with you, I recommend using seaweed and getting Clever on it, just because yeah, the lure speed isn't crazy, but it's not horrible, which is why I think it would just be faster for you to get Clever and then use seaweed, because seaweed gives you 20% lure speed. So 80% lure speed plus 2.25 times XP, I think is the faster way to get it. Now, another rod that you can get in Atlantis, but costs a good amount more, around 1.3 million, I'm pretty sure, is the Kraken Rod. This rod has a 60% lure speed, 185% luck, 0.2 control, 15% resilience. Honestly, it's not sounding as good as the Abyssal Spectre Rod, but the enchant makes it really good. Basically, not the enchant, but the ability, every single 50 catches, you have a 100% chance of getting one of the following rarities, either a legendary, a mythical, or an exotic, meaning no matter what, you will not have a dry spell or of just catching like absolute garbage fish with this rod, which makes it really good for XP. Because hey, guess what? When you catch a rare fish, what do you get? More XP. Also, guys, if you can't tell, it's double XP weekend. You're gonna need a really good XP rod. Make sure to use these. All right. Anyways, Kraken Rod, best enchant. Me personally, I would say once again, use seaweed as well as Clever just to get the most XP out of this, because we're doing this for XP, not anything else. Now we're getting on to number 5. This is one of my personal favorites, the Rod of the Depths. If you guys didn't know, this rod is really good. I mean, I also have a guide on it if you don't know how to get it, but it only costs 750,000, which is really cheap compared to the Kraken Rod, the Abyssal Spectre Rod, especially considering it's better. But for the enchants, all right, I recommend getting clever on it. And once again, using seaweed. I know I've said that like 1,000 times, but for the rods that have pretty good lure speed, but not great lure speed, that's basically what I'll recommend for all of them. Yeah, this one has a crazy ability. Every time you catch 3 fish, no matter what, your little ghost behind you, as you guys can see, I have a little ghost right here. He will catch another fish for you. Meaning every time you catch 300 fish, he will catch 100 fish. Just think about that. Every time you catch 3,000 fish, he will catch 1,000 fish. So you're basically fishing 33% faster all the time, no matter what, which makes this an insane rod no matter what your level is. Speaking about levels, so this one actually you have to get to level 500 for, which is a little bit steep, but doesn't make this rod any less good. I'm talking about the no life rod. Lure speed of 90, luck 105%, 0.23 control, resilience 10%, which could be better, max kg of infinite kilograms. This rod is absolutely insane. I've caught 21,000 fish with this rod, and first of all, I recommend clever. The lure speed is absolutely insane, and I also recommend seaweed. I would recommend insect if its lure speed was 5% more, but since it is, you know, 10% off from 100, I recommend for you guys to get seaweed with the rod of the no life rod. What am I saying? Anyways, yeah, that is number 5. Not number 5. That is number 4. We are now going to get into the top 3 best XP rods that you need to use, especially coming into this double XP weekend, guys. Number 3, the Forgotten Fang rod, or the rod of the Forgotten Fang. Really good lure speed, but not great, which is why I recommend just getting seaweed on it, as well as getting clever. Once again, I know I've said it 1,000 times, but it's basically the best enchant in the game for XP. It's really good. 145% luck, 0.22 control, 25% resilience, and infinite max kilograms. This rod is absolutely insane, especially for getting XP. But honestly, me personally, I use the no life rod even when I got this rod, maybe because I got quality on this rod instead of clever, but I still think the no life rod is a teensy weensy bit better. But it's been proven, like, this list was basically curated by a bunch of fish nerds who know a lot more about fish than me. So yeah, this is a really good list. Speaking about really good, the number 2 rod, best XP rod in the game, number 2 actually, is the Tempest rod. Yes, it costs like, I don't know, 1.7 million or something like that, but insane lure speed, insane luck, insane control, insane resilience, and 80,000 max kilograms, which isn't the best, but this one's really good, especially because its special ability makes you catch fish, boom, even faster. So even with that 90% lure speed, it's going to catch fish even faster for you, which makes this rod absolutely incredible. And you know what? I'm actually just going to search up the price just so I can give you guys an accurate price. Okay, so this costs 1.85 million, but the next rod, like if you have around that money and you're thinking of what rod to get, wait until I tell you the number 1 rod, because that one is better and not that much more expensive. But first we have to get into the honorable mention. All right, I have one rod that I think is really, really good for XP, but it's not the best in the game, but I would say it could be the best. This is the Leviathan's Fang rod with a 70% lure speed, 180% luck, 0.1 control, 5% resilience, and infinite max kilograms. This rod is absolutely insane, and it only costs $1 million. But you do have to unlock the Mariana's Veil, which is a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, I'll show you guys how to do that in my video. This rod is absolutely insane. I would say use seaweed and get clever on it, and you can catch fish super fast. Plus, I'll be so honest with you, this rod is really, really cool. But yeah, anyone who only has $1 million and is willing to go through the pain it takes to unlock the entire Mariana's Veil, get this rod. It's really, really good, but not as good as the number 1 rod, which actually might get patched. It's so good. The Challenger's rod. For a price of 2.5 million, you can get the Challenger's rod, and it is the best XP rod in the entire game right now. First off, get clever on it. That's the best enchant, and let me tell you about the passive ability. Basically, every single fish you catch with this rod will get a plus 20% progress speed boost. Basically meaning every fish you catch, you're going to catch it 20% faster, but if you have clever, you're going to catch it 20% faster and get 2.25 times XP. If you fish in the Challenger's Deep, that's a gem. I'm letting you guys know that. If you guys fish in the Challenger's Deep with this rod during double XP weekend, guys, you're going to hit level 1,000 if you're at like level 700. You're going to easily hit whatever level you're trying to get. Anyways, I really hope this helped. If you guys agree with my list, go ahead and comment. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Subscribe if this helped. Peace.